Hello and welcome to Fyrside Chats, conversations that inspire innovation. Fyrside Chats is a series of conversations with startup founders and enablers, leaders in business and government, and industry players in Western Visayas that push for innovative ideas that impact communities. This series is an initiative of FyrLab, an Iloilo City-based startup acceleration program funded by the Department of Science and Technology Region 6 and run by the Youth First Initiative Philippines Incorporated with support from UMWAD Western Visayas, a regional consortium of startup enablers, and the Innovate Iloilo movement. I'm Daryl Lasafin, Program Officer of FyrLab Accelerator, and the host of today's chat. We're here at Owl's Cafe in Democracia Street, Haro, Iloilo City. There's a new and exciting way for content creators and regular users to use and earn from the web. And that is through a Web3 search platform that rewards users with cryptocurrency. How can people get into it and what is in store for them? Giving us more details today are David Francis, Community Manager for PUBLC Philippines, and Rommel Payba, co-founder of Insight Blockchain Solutions, and a member of the pioneer cohort of FyrLab Accelerator. So thank you guys for this opportunity to discuss this very interesting topic this afternoon for this edition of the Fyrside Chats. No? So before we delve deeper into what we're going to talk about today, tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you got here and to what you're currently doing in your professional life. Let's start with David.
Hi, so my name is David. I'm actually from Public Web3. I'm the community manager for Philippines. So before I actually got this job, it's actually a funny story because I was actually working as an engineer, and then I felt like this job is not giving me enough of the challenges that I wanted. So I quit my job and started to work in a hair salon, which is something that I really hate. Because the thing is, in life, if you can't figure out what you wanted to do something that you hate, and then eventually you realize for yourself, like, hey, I should be doing something else. And by stroke of luck, I actually met the CEO and then the head of product of Public. And then we had a chat. I was doing her hair. And then eventually they invited me for an interview. Long story short, I'm now working for Public. And I decided to bring it here to the Philippines. It's a great platform. And while being here, that's how I met Rommel. We're in the same crypto space.
Yeah.
Stroke of luck.
Several of them.
Exactly. So I felt like, the dots connected, and then we met. So
Yeah, right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if we're talking about strokes of luck, then me being part. Sorry. First of all, I'm Rommel. Used to introduce myself as the biz dev and co-founder of Insight Crypto, but soon to be CEO actually, because we're already processing our SEC papers. So when we started Insight Crypto, I wasn't actually part of the original co-founders. Two of my students, one of my students and a friend of his, also in the same school, approached me with a product that they created. It was a trading bot. And then at that time, there was also talk about Quadra, the first cohort.
Yes.
So then I said, hey, why don't we make a business out of this? Why don't we make a startup out of this? And then I submitted our application for Quadra. And after that, we got accepted. And then I brought on another friend of ours, a common friend actually. He was also the one that introduced me to him. He was Charles.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Again, strokes of luck.
The dots connected.
They were friends from a very long time ago. They reconnected. And then...
Yeah, and several crypto Facebook groups.
Yep. So
Common interest.
From there, we created the bot. I invited Charles. And then we joined a lot of events. And we've continued to create our trading bot, and now we're part of FyrLab, the accelerator.
Yes, that's right. Quadra, for those who are hearing it for the first time, it's the technology business incubator of Iloilo Science and Technology University. So you're inside crypto before you got into FyrLab Accelerator as part of the pioneer cohort. You were also part of the pioneer cohort of Quadra, right?
Yes.
So it's good to know that these connections happened and this interview happened. So before we discuss now, because our topic really today is about public and cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. So before we get into that, David, can you describe to us briefly what we mean by Web3 and what feature or what aspect of Web3 does public contribute to?
Right. So public being actually built in blockchain technology. So that means that the distribution of cryptocurrency for its users and its content creators. And then one of the other features that Web3 actually has is that the ownership of content, and then also the security of the users of Web3. Because right now we are in an era of Web 2. So for those who don't understand what Web 1 or Web 2 is, Web 1 is actually where the internet started, exactly, like way back in like the early 90s, where it's only the internet is only read only. So it's only the users getting information. They can search for recipes or online lessons or something like that. And then somewhere around I think it's like around 2004 that Web 2 came along, which is the interactive one where people need to log in. This is also became exactly, and this also became the era of targeted ads, and and a lot of people don't actually see the problems that Web 2 has, because we just use the internet every single day. We search for content. We use big sites, just Google and Facebook. What we don't know is that actually on Web 2, this big companies are actually gathering our private data. So when it comes to targeted ads, so for example, you're talking to someone, let's say about, I don't know, motorcycles, cars or something, and then eventually you'll start seeing ads about cars and motorcycles. Like I don't know, sometimes 10 minutes later, it's crazy.
Or even faster.
Or even faster, yeah. Sometimes you just have things in your thoughts. It's like sometimes the internet, they know what you're, it's like they know your behavior on the internet, like what kind of contents you like, or what kind of content you're constantly being engaged in, and what kind of ads to post to you specifically. So that's one of the biggest problems of the internet today that people don't see. And then the second one, when it comes to monetization, is that these big companies like YouTube, exactly, and Google, and Facebook. So when it comes to the content creator economy, we feel like it's not fair that people are creating content that adds value, even if it's just entertainment value. Like in the Philippines, a lot of people watch content that is completely nonsense, but they get entertained out of it. But them being content creators, they get nothing. Why? That's one of the problems. Like YouTube, for example. You need
strict
yes,
requirements.
exactly. It's like you need to hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So for example, you posted one video, even if it gets like 100 million views, just because you did not hit 1,000 the subscriber count, you'll not get a single cent out of YouTube. But also here's the thing, even though you're not monetized, your content is not monetized, they're already putting ads on your videos.
Yes, they're making money out of it.
Exactly. So that's one of the biggest problem that Web 2 has. Now in Web 3, public specifically, we're giving the users of the internet a chance to earn something, like in cryptocurrency, just for simply being users. And for content creators, every single time their content is being clicked on public, they are earning in cryptocurrency. So just imagine if Google or YouTube or Facebook even gives 90% of its revenue into the entire web ecosystem. So that's what public is.
Yeah, we can delve a little deeper into public later now, but so that I think is the decentralization feature
Exactly.
of Web3, where the users can interact directly with each other without an intermediary, right? So is artificial intelligence and machine learning another feature of Web3?
It can be, but that doesn't necessarily have to be part of it. But it can be. It depends on the project.
So for us on public, it actually is, because when people curate content, the AI also learns about where this content should be, because it's public's vision to create an index and an organized web where content could be found. Users could curate content. Yeah,
Basically,
it's like Wikipedia.
you get what you want to see the most.
Exactly.
because you pick the topics, the categories that you want to
Right.
see. So that's the content that is being provided to you by the platform.
So basically, Web3 gives the individual users of the internet more control, more freedom, and
More ownership.
more ownership, right? So let's go first a little to Insight. So is Insight Blockchain a Web3 startup?
For now, not yet. Because our current project is only a trading bot that works on the Binance Exchange platform. But later on, if we do create other projects on other blockchains, then we might be under the Web3 platforms also.
So describe a little bit what Insight Crypto Trading Bot is and what it does.
So inside the trading bot, you create an account on our website, and then you create an account on Binance. Binance is an exchange platform, much like the stock exchange. Instead of buying and selling stocks, you buy and sell cryptocurrencies. So the bot that we created would automatically buy and sell for you, so that you don't have to monitor it, you don't have to watch when you should time the market, when you should enter the market, when to buy and when to sell. So it relieves our users a lot of the stress just by, sitting in front of your computer, watching the chart and thinking, should I sell now? Should I buy more?
Yes.
No, wait, it's going down. It's going up again. Yeah. Wait, no. Then, I lost my money. So that's the problem that we're trying to solve. A lot of people have seen, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are already aware of what cryptocurrencies are. I mean, there's Axie, right? So that's also cryptocurrency. People earned through that. But that was only a game. And now that it's gone, people are still interested enough that what is cryptocurrency? How do I earn? But there's a very high, yes, looking for more opportunities. But the learning curve is very high. It's very technical and it's, very volatile. 1 minute it's up here, the price is up here, and then the minute it's down here. So if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be ending up buying here, and then what if it doesn't go up? So you end up selling down here and you lost all your money.
That pretty much makes sense to people who are already very familiar and maybe educated about cryptocurrency and how you're going to use it, how you can earn it. No? But for the benefit of those who are hearing cryptocurrency for the first time or who have not had the time to really learn it or look into it, give us a brief description of what cryptocurrency is and give examples. Can you give us examples of like actual applications of that we may probably be like using already?
Okay, so simply put, cryptocurrencies are digital currencies. Digital currencies meaning it's just virtual money. It's still money, but it's online, it's on the internet, and it does not have anything physical aside to it. The original purpose of cryptocurrencies, like the first ones would be Bitcoin, is it is a medium of exchange. The thesis for Bitcoin in its white paper, in its documentation, is that the creator, Satoshi Nakamoto, wanted it to be used as a peer-to-peer transaction. Meaning, if I want to send you money, I don't want to do it through a bank. I don't want to go through third parties or other people. If I want to send you money, here's my money. I'm giving it to you. That was the original intent of Bitcoin, as a means of transaction or basically digital money.
Yes.
It was used originally. The most famous story about Bitcoin is that it was used to buy 2 pizzas. 10,000 Bitcoins to buy 2 pizzas.
All right.
That was one of the earliest proofs of concept that digital money can be used to transact, to buy something, to buy something in the real world. I mean, the concept is not new. If people have been playing online games, like for example, the OGs, the old ones, World of Warcraft, RAN, or Ragnarok even, you earn money in Ragnarok, right? You get items within the game. Now, if you're a player and you don't have the time to farm or look for items, what do? You find somebody that already has the item, and then you buy the item. But how do you buy it if you're not playing? You use real money to buy that item.
Yes.
That's exactly how cryptocurrencies are going to work, are actually working. The difference with cryptocurrencies and digital money is that cryptocurrencies are backed by cryptographic algorithms. Cryptography is encryption, security, and all that. So there's a lot of technology behind it that makes sure that these transactions are secure.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. So, what is required of an individual to be able to use and earn cryptocurrencies?
We've come a long way since then. Back in early 2000, 2010, 2013, it was very difficult to get cryptocurrencies. You can't even buy Bitcoin here in the Philippines. You need to get it from the US, have somebody there and buy it for you. And then at that time, there were such things as exchanges that you can easily buy it.
Like Coinbase or Binance.
Yep, exactly. But
You can only
now-
find it on Craigslist,
Exactly.
and it's too sketchy sometimes. Back in the day,
And that's what gave it the bad reputation that it's shady, it's a scam, and it's used for illegal things. But then again,
because it was.
actually, yeah, dude.
There are some cases with that happened.
But then that's no different from actual real money that's also being used for illegal things, right? But now, it's actually very easy to get cryptocurrencies now. You can use it, you can buy it using Gcash or Paymaya.
Yeah, here in the Philippines, or Binance, or even Coinbase if you want to go internationally.
The other way to go about it is go to an exchange like Binance, which is Binance.com, or PDAX, or Coinbase, and other websites, and then you create a wallet. That wallet is the one that will hold your cryptocurrencies. Some companies like Public give tokens for free.
Exactly.
So there are more than 10,000, 20,000 cryptocurrencies available in the market today. So you just need to do your own research, do your due diligence, and find out which ones are actually worth anything.
That's for the individual level, right? So, how about in the case of businesses who may be interested in, doing business and using currency that are cryptocurrencies? So, what's required of them, and what do they have to do? Do they have to register into something? Do they have to produce something before they could use one?
We can still treat it. We can still treat businesses as regular users. I mean, do it the same way as any individual would. Get a wallet, register it with your company, and then trade cryptocurrencies with other users. But in order to step it up for actual businesses, we can create tokens for them.
So, what are tokens?
Tokens are the same as cryptocurrencies. They're representations of objects with value. So, for example, we can think of tokens as gift checks,
Okay.
gift cards. Starbucks is now going into NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Basically, they already have gift cards, right? Now they're just turning it into something digital and using cryptocurrency for it. But it's basically the same thing. You take your physical gift check, gift card, and turn it digital. So that's the concept behind it. So if you're a business, we can create tokens for you that you can use as rewards, like in Public rewards, or people can buy it, and then I can buy your token, and then I use the token to buy coffee or drinks,
All right.
or pay you for services.
Buy the token using cryptocurrency as
Yes.
well, or can they use like our actual money, the
There we
legal
go.
tender? Yeah.
We missed a spot. We
Yes.
missed a step there.
Oo.
So you buy using your fiat currency or legal tender. You buy a stable coin. A stable coin is also a cryptocurrency, but it does not change in value. It's called stable because it's supposed to be 1:1. For example, we have USDT, which is Tether. It's a stable coin for the US dollar. Whatever happens, USDT will still be $1. Unfortunately for the Philippines, if we buy USDT, it rises and falls with the dollar value. It used to be 50 pesos each, but now it's 53, 55. But for the dollar itself, it's 1:1. So once you buy a stable coin, you use that to buy other cryptocurrencies. Now, let's say, for example, this cafe, the Owl Cafe, we create a token for it. You buy the token using USD pesos, you buy USDT, and then USDT will be used to buy Owl Cafe token. And the token can be used to buy coffee, can be used to buy drinks or whatever products and services are here. And that's basically it. Anything that we've been doing in the physical world, we just convert it to digital and virtual.
Okay. But is there? So you mentioned like stable coins that they don't change in value. No, they have an equivalent na legal tender. So is there a kind of cryptocurrency that changes value?
Yes. If they're not stable coins, they would always change value. Like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Luna,
XRP.
XRP, Matic, Litecoin, everything else. As long as they're not stable coins, their values would always go up and down.
Diin naga-depend ang ilang value, or like what's the basis for the change in their value? Normally, what affects that?
That's actually a very good question. Now, going back to the comparison of cryptocurrencies and stocks, whereas stocks, the value of stocks would depend on the performance of the business in the real world, and then the value of their stocks would rise and fall. The value for cryptocurrencies would depend on the project. So if the project is good, or if people think that the project is good, they would buy the tokens. If they buy the tokens, the value of the token will rise. It's a supply and demand thing. So the more people that buy the tokens, the more that its value is going to go up.
Okay. So for the token to raise its value, it has to have a lot of users.
Yes.
That's right.
So that's why we're promoting the mass adoption of cryptocurrencies so that the value of cryptos would go up.
All right. So let's go now to public, because cryptocurrency is central to how public operates, especially on the aspect of it being a search platform that helps content creators and even its regular users earn through the search. No? So tell us more about this. Tell us more about this initiative.
Right. So Public is actually a content discovery platform, and it offers people a whole new experience of searching and discovering content. It's more fun, visual, and it's actually very engaging. And the thing about Public, what makes it very unique, is that it actually rewards the entire web ecosystem, which comprises of content creators, users, businesses, brands, celebrities, and even the liquidity providers. So, so by making it like a collaborative platform, people have the option also of curating content to fulfill Public's vision of creating an organized and indexed web. Because now if you go into the web, the content of the web are endless, and it's scattered everywhere. So what Public does is that it encourages its users to curate the content, and for their actions in the platform, they're getting rewarded, because that's the value that they provide, and that's the value that they create.
Basically, everybody has something to contribute,
Exactly.
and you'll be rewarded with tokens for it.
Yes, exactly.
For
users,
for everything that they do, for every action they take on Public,
yes,
they get rewarded.
They get rewarded
with cryptocurrency,
with Public's tokens, our very own cryptocurrency. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd like to touch on that subject first, no? Because you mentioned earlier about creating tokens for a business and Public having its own token. Why is that a requirement in that space? Like why does a business have to have its own token? Is that really a need? Like for businesses to, or for platforms to use cryptocurrency, do they really have to have their own token, and why is that?
Strictly speaking, not really. But I mean, if you want to promote something, why not your own, right?
Exactly. So what the reason why there's Public's tokens is because of the business model. We could not reward every single body. Everybody on the platform in fiat money or in dollars, because Public itself does not carry dollars.
Yes. All right.
So what happens is that the tokens that are being rewarded into the ecosystem is, our business model is advertisers, they would pay for our services in US dollars. And that doesn't matter what the value of the tokens are. And then those tokens are actually taken out in circulation. Those are tokens, and it's the one that is being distributed into the users and the content creators that is actually bringing in traffic into public. So the more users and content creators coming onto public, so with its growth and its traffic that is always coming in, makes it more attractive for future advertisers to come into the public. So therefore creating a supply and a demand, therefore keeping the value of the tokens.
I see. I get that.
Because
It's basically currency, currency within the platform. So you may not be able to use that if you are not on.
Unless somebody or some other business would want to get your tokens, then you can also use that. Because again, it's just a medium of exchange. It depends on who will accept what you're trying to sell, who's buying what you're selling.
Right. How can users get into public?
so everybody can get into public very, very easy. You just go to public.com, it's PUBLC, public without an I, and then they can just simply sign up, and then they will see it on the interface. It's either you're a content creator or a user. You select any of those options, and then from there, the instructions just go through. It's easy. It's like signing up on platforms like Facebook or Pinterest or even YouTube or Google.
So, and then how does public want its users to use the platform?
So we encourage communities. I mean, everybody loves something. Everybody belongs in a specific group or community. So, for example, if Rommel over here, he loves cryptocurrency, with every single content about crypto, the news and everything, he can choose to categorize and curate those content.
He can do that himself.
He can do that himself, exactly. So, for example, if there's a content about news about Bitcoin, he can put it onto the Bitcoin page. He can put it onto the the finance or technology, and then by doing so, every time somebody clicks on that content, he's also getting rewarded for it. So that's the value that he adds as a user. And right now, even users, for example, you don't want it to curate content. You just wanted to browse content. It doesn't matter. You can browse anything you like on public. The moment you're using it and browsing it, you're also building your reputation points. So the more active you are on the platform, the higher your reputation points go up. And from there, you'll actually be earning the tokens that way.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Let's back up a little bit sa curation na part, no?
Right.
Because when you get in, so there already are existing content, right? So aside from like grouping these content already on public, how do you add more if that particular content that you're interested in, because obviously it's based on interests, right? So the content are categorized according to interests. And like, for example, if you want to add new content into the platform, where do you get it?
Okay, so for example, if you find a content that you like on YouTube and it's not yet added onto public, you just simply copy its link and then you click the little plus sign at the bottom right corner, and then you just add the link over there, and then you're the one who curated that content. So you add it over there. It's that easy. I mean, like, for example, if I don't know who's a good singer these days. I don't listen to today's music, so I'm just gonna put somebody from my time.
Let's go for Taylor Swift, for example.
Right. So Taylor Swift, she's quite popular.
Yes.
So for example, if you release a new song and you're the one who added it onto public, and then you shared that content via public. So imagine if like everybody like, oh, I like Taylor Swift, I'm gonna watch this content. So Taylor Swift is earning as the content creator, and you for the one who curated that content, you're also earning 10% of what Taylor Swift earned, of the click rewards. So on our about page on public, there's actually a breakdown of where, how the tokens are divided, of which percentage goes to the content creator, the curator, the users, the liquidity providers, and everybody else into the ecosystem.
Sige, let's
So that's how they.
let's track a little. Let's track the journey, no, of the content curation and consumption, etc. So when content from YouTube is shared on public,
Right.
and it gets consumed on public.com,
Right.
does the user on public get redirected to YouTube, or can they consume the content on
It's
public?
embedded.
Yeah, it's embedded, so they can actually watch the YouTube content over there on public.
Okay.
They won't get redirected, but they won't get redirected to YouTube directly.
Okay. So what if the content creator, say Taylor Swift, what if Taylor Swift is not on public? How do they get the earnings,
tokens that they earn?
the tokens that they earn
Right.
out of the sharing of their content on public?
Right.
And how would they know that their content have been
Right. So, for example, how would that go is that if, let's say, a lot of people are sharing Taylor Swift's content on public, and let's say she's earned a massive amount of crypto tokens, we could contact Taylor Swift and say, hey, this is how much your content is earned on public. We wanted to give you these tokens, and at the same time, you could actually promote public for us. It could be done like that. I mean, like, a lot of people are sharing YouTube content on public. In fact, YouTube has already earned massive amount of tokens on our platform because they're the hosting platform.
All right. So for a content creator to who want to consciously earn out of their content that they're producing on public, they'd have to get into public.
They have to get into public, exactly, and then they have to be active too. I mean, like, think of it this way: you wanted your YouTube channel to earn and monetize. You cannot just upload a video and then just leave it there waiting for people to discover your content. That's just not going to work. So the same thing goes in public. You cannot just put it into public because right now the platform is on its early stages, right? So you cannot just put it on public and hope for people to okay, I'm just going to put it here and click it here. You also have to do the work. Share your content via public and earn tokens. It's basically the easiest way for you to earn content on public. I mean, you already have your content. It's simple. You don't need to write your content on public, or you don't need to upload it, because we will crawl it manually for you. Once you sign up and get your publication verified, you just need to share it. I mean, a lot of people, they share it on Facebook groups, they share it on Discord, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know what else is the other popular platforms that are Reddit. So instead of sharing via YouTube, you can just share it via public. And then
because that's the only way for you to earn more tokens, right?
Yes, exactly. The more with every single click, that's public's superior monetization model. With every single click, content creators are earning tokens. For example, with the current value of the token right now, users are earning about 8 cents per click. So imagine a YouTube video getting 1,000 views via public. That's already $80 just for views. Just for views. Right? So again, on YouTube, the monetization model is simply, I don't know, it's unfair. I mean, I've worked with
because
other YouTube channels.
They tend to
yeah.
They tend to on existing platforms.
Right.
They are the ones who have the control, right?
Right. They have the ones to control. Exactly.
They're setting the number of. I mean, they're setting
the amount.
The amount
Yes.
that you can earn, and then they have metrics as basis for that. You have to reach a certain number of subscribers, a certain number of views. Yes, watch hours.
And on average, if the last time that I was also working with YouTube channels, is that with every 1,000 views, it's roughly around 50 cents to $1.30 per 1,000 views. And then all the effort for that amount. I mean, if you're already Taylor Swift, of course you'll be earning a lot of money because you got a lot of people, who knows Taylor Swift. Yeah. But what about the small content creators? Yeah. The local bloggers of Iloilo City, they add great content, about the city, about the coffee shops, about the restaurants, places to go, bars, nightclubs, etc. but they're not getting the first of all, they're not getting monetized, for the content that they create. I mean, like, they're getting something, but it's honestly, it's not a lot. So public, the reason why I also brought it here in Iloilo City is because, first of all, I was born here. Ilonggo and proud, baby.
Right, you were born here, and
I was born here, exactly.
You moved abroad.
I moved to Singapore and to Canada, but I was born here, and then I see the value of the city. I mean, it's one of the best places to live in Asia. It's one of the safest places.
Yeah,
you know?
I was
It's
about to ask you
becoming a
that
tech
question.
hub.
No? Why? I mean, public is based. The headquarters is
It's in the UK.
In the UK, right? And you have markets in several other countries. So, what are these countries aside from the Philippines?
Right. So we have US, the UK, Canada, a few content creators in Israel. Right. And now we're also like starting to develop a community in Malaysia and in Singapore too. But these are just during the soft launch of public. And we haven't even had an official launch yet. And hopefully, it will be here in the Philippines, because imagine the value that it could add into the city. We've already distributed $800,000 worth of Publix tokens to our content creators. So no, for the overall for everybody. And this was on the last 2 quarters of 2021. So imagine this kind of amount going into the city, because we already have an Iloilo City topic page. In fact, with every single visit on the Iloilo City topic page, how much tokens that topic page earns, that money is also going into the city, which could be given into the government and say, hey, listen, Iloilo City topic page and public has earned, like, let's say, I don't know, $100,000 worth of tokens. You can use this to develop the roads. You can develop this to do a marketing campaign or something or whatever.
So there's that opportunity for
the city,
for local governments,
for local governments.
For local governments, there's that opportunity. So, but right now, do you have existing like partnerships with any local government unit already?
So right now, no. I've been trying to get a meeting with Mayor Jerry Trenyes. Hopefully you're listening to this, because I wanted to meet you personally, sir. I want to show you the value that I can add into the city for you. Swag Iloilo.
All right. So going back a little bit, no, to the curation part, no. So aside from getting into public.com as a content creator or as just a regular user, so aside from sharing content on the platform, what are the other actions that would merit a reward within the platform?
Oh, simply just like browsing content, and then basically that's just it. The more you browse, the more active you are on the platform. Simply just by using public, you're already earning tokens. And imagine, what if one day these tokens, and the best part about it right now, because Iloilo City is one of its early onboarders. Right now the platform is in its early stages. So imagine, it's like it's like where Bitcoin was in 2010. So imagine what the value of this token is like maybe 5 years or 10 years from now. So for example, you've earned like 10,000 Publix tokens right now, and if the value of the token reaches up to $1, you get $10,000. Exactly. That's the benefits of being an early onboarder. But again, I'm not promising anything, because anything could happen. But there's huge potential. Just think of the potential. And did you lose anything from it? No, obviously you did not, because you're not investing money into the platform. The platform is completely free, unlike play to earn games like Axie, for example.
You need to buy in.
You need to buy in. Yeah, you need to spend, like, if I'm not wrong, a lot of people spent like 100,000 of pesos. Just to get a team. Exactly, just to get a team of Axies, and right now its value was crash and burn.
Okay. So aside from you being born here and the like a very active creative community here in Iloilo, what other value could public provide to Ilonggos in general?
To the Ilonggos in general, well, first of all, I encourage everyone, everybody who has a phone, everybody who has a laptop, to just start using public. Search content that you like, search content that you love. It doesn't matter if it's like a stupid comedy video, like a lot of the content you see on internet nowadays. It doesn't even make sense, but people watch it because of the entertainment value. Do that on public. See how much money you'll earn, and then for the Philippines, especially earning in US dollars, imagine using public for a month and you're earning about 20 or 30 US dollars. It may not be a lot, but at least you're getting something. Like
the internet.
exactly. Just imagine if Google and Facebook gives 90% of their revenue into the ecosystem, which includes the users.
All right. So let's go now to the ultimate goal for that. No? So we have earned public tokens, and
Right.
we want to use it. So in what ways can public users use the tokens that they've earned for using the platform?
Right. So for using the platform, people are earning tokens. They can eventually, cash it out into USD, and then they can convert it into Filipino pesos. And that's the monetary incentive. They can do anything they want with that, with their earned money. So that's one of the best things. They could either reinvest it, convert it into
Other
other
cryptocurrencies.
cryptocurrencies like maybe Bitcoin or Ethereum or even Cardano or XRP, or basically just convert to peso. But knowing human nature, they would definitely convert it into fiat money and then start shopping or something.
Fiat money is the legal tender.
Legal tender, exactly. The paper money that we have in our pockets right now. Exactly.
So can public tokens be used to make transactions with, say, a business that's using a different token?
If that business accepts public tokens.
All right. So there's that requirement for, like, it's like an exchange between different currencies.
It's like foreign
Right.
exchange.
Yeah.
It's basically
Alright.
like foreign exchange.
All right.
I mean, all these concepts are not new. They just have new names.
They have new names. Right. It's like their digital versions. No, so
It's like the ones that public is doing. It's similar to affiliate marketing. If you click this using my link, I earn and you earn. Right? So the more we share it with everybody, everybody earns.
sige. How is public reaching out to new users? No, so can you give us a profile of your target users, and how are you reaching out to them, and maybe what more can be done to
Right.
get them on board?
So the target for users right now that I have in mind is simply people in the crypto community. It would be easier for them to understand what the platform is. So for example, if you don't know about crypto, and if I try to promote public to you, you're just gonna be like, I don't know what this is. Seems too good to be true. Okay, or whatever.
Yes.
This and
Is that a
that.
scam?
But exactly, because it seems like it's too good to be true, because that's what public does. We're trying to separate ourselves from these big companies of corporate greed and or whatnot or whatever. But anyways, back to the topic is, if I find people who are already familiar with the industry, like Rommel, for example, I explained it to him the first time I met him, he already understood, just like that. So they are our target right now. But also an interesting user case study that we're trying here in the Philippines is to introduce it to people who have no idea or knowledge, or maybe little to no knowledge about blockchain technology, because this could be their first experience and exposure into this great technological marvel that what blockchain technology is. So I reach out to them mainly by connecting to people on Facebook groups, connecting with people face to face, finding communities, and basically just networking, business networking, LinkedIn, Reddit, or any other platforms out there. We're also starting a social media campaign really soon, and then it would be easier for me to share it into these people, into these communities.
All right. We know that Public and Insight Blockchain Solutions, you have you're gonna work together for a project. So let us tell us what's the nature of this collaboration and how will it go?
We're planning for a future project is to create our own exchange here in the Philippines. And then, of course, one of the things that we want to list on that exchange would be the Publix tokens, so that it would be easier for Publix users or Publix owners in the Philippines to exchange their tokens for Philippine pesos. That's the plan.
Yeah, quick. And also, we're built on blockchain technology, and a lot of people in the Philippines don't know what it is or what it even exists. Well, so inside blockchains, they're the ones who are going to create content and educating the people and raise awareness for it. And then also, they're the ones, this is the face in Iloilo City about crypto and blockchain that you can trust, because if there's a lot of scam and shitty projects out there, and then people, they are trying to change that. Exactly. So this is
People already
the
know
face.
about cryptocurrency. I mean, it might not be mainstream yet, but people already know about it. But the problem is the part that they do know about it, it's mostly negative, because they've been exposed to scams, they've been exposed to shady deals. So that's the part that we're trying to change.
basically shit coins.
Exactly.
Yeah, shit coins are hyped up coins. Like people are, yo, dude, listen, you gotta buy this shit coin right here.
It's gonna raise in value.
Yeah,
and you're going to earn
exactly.
thousands of
Thousands.
A lot of people that we've talked to, when they hear about cryptocurrency, their first question is, how much am I going to earn?
Which is
What
bad.
percent? What percent is the winning rate? How much am I going to earn? If I put 1,000 pesos there, how much will I get back and how soon?
Yeah.
So that's the wrong idea.
It's as if, I mean, I've also had that like experience with regard to cryptocurrency and other people's exposure about that. And sometimes at some point I also had that like notion about cryptocurrency, that it's just for trading, it's just for for people who already know about it, it's just for people who are really into finance, etc. But it seems now, right now in our conversation, that many people are not treating it as it just actually is. They're already jumping into its more complicated use.
Yep. Without
than-
without learning or knowing about the basics and the
Yeah.
fundamentals.
and the fundamentals of it. So like what the metaphor that you mentioned earlier about cryptocurrency being simply just digital currency, right? So it's pretty easy to establish that connection and to identify cryptocurrency as that. But then people, it seems, I mean, at least many of the people I know, na when they say cryptocurrency, it's something that you could earn from.
Yes.
It's like they're already into the more complicated use, like what I said. So failing to acknowledge it just simply for what it is first, right? So, and then they go to they go into the application without the basic knowledge, and then that's where they find themselves in trouble.
I mean, it's like expectations, reality.
Right.
No, so I mean, it's just the failure to know it better first.
Exactly. So that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to bring back awareness to the basics, what exactly it is for, how we can make use of it, and how we can raise its value. Because if we understand the basics, like for example, in public, just use it, man. Just use it.
Yeah, just use it.
Whether you earn cryptocurrency or not, just use it because it's valuable as a platform.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right. How, in your point of view, you from the inside blockchain solutions, and you from public, what more can we do to help people understand and use cryptocurrency? And follow-up question to that would be: do you see a future where everyone is using it?
That's the future we're trying to build. Because we're trying to build a project wherein we envision each business in Iloilo or even the world would have its own token. I mean, it's just a matter of time. It's not a question of when, or if it's not a question of if, it's a question of when it's going to happen. We're trying to build into that even local people would have their own tokens, not just as stores of value that are speculative, that you don't know whether they're going to raise or go up or go down. But going back to the basics, you use it for transactions as a means of currency. use it to buy and sell things.
Exactly. So I definitely see everyone in the future going to be using cryptocurrency for almost everything, or digital currency for that matter, because think of it this way, COVID happened.
Exactly.
One of the biggest transactions we use is always money. So that's how disease even spreads. And besides that, also the other thing that cryptocurrencies are trying to solve is the problem of inflation, because the thing is, the governments, when money is running out, let's just print and print again. So inflation, it's not about the money. It's not about things are getting more and more expensive. Definitely, it's not, because if you watch the history of money, it's about the value of the dollar is going less and less, because they keep printing and printing more. Because right now, the U.S. dollar is not even backed by gold anymore. So what is it? Its value? Its value is just promise. This is worth $1. This is worth $100. This is worth 1,000. So that's one of the biggest problems that cryptocurrency is trying to solve in the world right now. It's the problem of inflation, and everything being digital, easier to keep track of things.
And a good step towards that is that Gcash and PayMaya are now accepting cryptocurrencies. Or rather, they allow users to buy crypto through their platform. And before COVID happened, nobody was using Gcash. Nobody was using PayMaya. The only reason that we used that because we had rebates, diba?
Yes.
We used to buy our load through Gcash or PayMaya because you get a 5% rebate. But now, see, look at that. Pay via Gcash.
Right.
So later on, this could be something like pay via Al Cafe token
Yeah.
or pay via Publix.
I got a quick question, because I was not here during the pandemic. So before the pandemic, there was no Gcash
There
before?
was, but people weren't really using it. I mean,
Right, to even for pay for things? Oh. Yeah, I mean, in the
The
Philippines,
adoption is
cash is king.
slow, really slow.
Yeah, I see.
And also the problem is, of course, the internet. I mean, if you're going to SM and you're going to try paying with Gcash and there's no data, you can pay anyway, right? So with the improvements in the infrastructure of the internet, you're able to get data anywhere.
I was about to say it's an infrastructure issue.
I think that's also one of the things that, if people in the Philippines are always transacting in cryptocurrency, you need to have a stable internet connection.
Yes,
So
that's right.
Gcash allows you to send clips, basically gift money as a gift. So it's the same concept for cryptocurrencies.
Exactly.
Same thing.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Gcash feature, where you grow trees. It's like is that how it goes? Like you grow trees, and because they have like an equivalent currency within the platform. Is that it?
Think of it like Shopee. Shopee has its own coin, right?
Yes.
But you can only use it within Shopee itself. Now, if you're able to use it anywhere else, that can also be a form of cryptocurrency already. Because you're earning it digitally. And you're using it to buy and sell. You're not actually using it to sell, but you're using it to buy services of Shopee.
Right.
So that is already a form of cryptocurrency.
This is the same with Leica Gems, right? Leica Gems was that other platform. Kumu Gems. I think they have Kumu also has its own like gems thing, that it uses within the platform. So these social platforms have these currencies within them that they use to buy and sell things. Basically exchange, a form of exchange within the platform. So that's an application of.
Exactly. They become scams the moment you can't exchange them anymore.
Right. The moment you can cash them out anymore, like that. What token? Like what token is that? The Squid Game token. I don't know if you remember that.
Squid Game, people were able to buy it. It actually rose in value really high and really fast, but then people can't sell.
So and then it became a rug pull.
Rug pull meaning the rug was pulled underneath people,
Yeah.
so they fall down and crash. So the price went from $2,000 to then rock
And
bottom.
then and what the effort that they put into growing that money were basically now
Yeah,
useless.
zero, useless. So the value behind cryptocurrency, and actually even fiat money, it's only valuable because we know that it has value because somebody is going to accept your money for what it is. So what if we stop accepting money?
And it's regulated also. It's regulated also. No, legal tender. Here's another question before we wrap it up. Do you see a future where cryptocurrency will be recognized as legal tender in the Philippines?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Again, it's just a question of when.
Maybe we just have to wait for the boomer generation to eventually.
To boom away.
Because there's this article that
Right now, come on. I mean, right now we're in the in between generations. You still got the old school people with the old, traditional way of thinking, and then now we're also the younger generation, like us, who's
Like I said earlier, Gcash and Paymaya are allowing people to buy cryptos already, right? And then there's also an article that DOST is promoting blockchain technology or trying to teach blockchain technology, offering courses. So that's also a step in the right direction towards acceptance. If they accept the technology behind it, since cryptocurrencies are just a byproduct of the technology anyway, so might as well, right? I mean, use the tech and use whatever the fruits and values of the tech that come with it. Kasi sayang eh.
Yes.
I mean, you're using the tech anyway, so why not use whatever is also along with the tech? If we go back to the analogy of cryptocurrencies being gift cards, are they regulated? They're not. They're not. What's the value of a gift card? It's only valuable because the establishment is going to accept it because you bought it from them. Like SM. What if SM stopped buying gift cards that are like a year old? Does it become a scam now?
Definitely. But Rommel, another question that I have about, let's say, if Philippines is to ever, allow cryptocurrencies to be legal tender, what do you think about cryptocurrency taxation, though, by the government?
That's not for us to answer. That's up to the government.
That's one thing.
No, I want to know your thoughts about it. Do you think they should be able to tax? I mean, like, cryptocurrencies was meant to be created because there's no taxes.
Constant in the world, right? Death and taxes.
It's true. True that.
That I think we'll have to find out.
So definitely there will be taxes.
So thank you very much for this very insightful session. No? So if there are individuals and groups that are interested in getting in touch with you to learn more about cryptocurrency or to learn more about public, how do they reach you?
Oh yeah, so you can reach me, very simple. David at PUBLC.com. This is the easiest way to reach me. I check my emails every single day, first thing in the morning, and then before I sleep at night. So if you wanted to reach me, that's one of the best things you can do. Second thing is you can join PUBLC Philippines. It's PUBLC's Philippines official Facebook group. So there's content about PUBLC being shared over there, educational content, and also about the platform, and then blockchain in general itself. Yeah.
And we help other creators share their content via PUBLC.
Exactly. And content creators too are sharing content via PUBLC.
As for us, Insight Crypto, which would be next, Insight Blockchain Solutions, you can reach us in our Facebook page, Insight Blockchain Solutions. Just search for it.
Madamo gid nga salamat sa inyo dua for this very exciting Fyrside Chat today. And we look forward to your activities, to your events where we could learn more about what you're doing now for the Ilonggo community. So thank you. Thank you for watching today's Fyrside Chats. We are here at the very warm and accommodating Al's Cafe on Democracia Street, Haro, Iloilo City. Today's edition is powered by Molave Studios, Shaping Ideas, Next Chapter, Capturing Stories, and Dame Digital, Marketing What Matters. Engage with us in future editions. Follow our social media pages, FyrLab Accelerator on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter to check the next schedules. And we'll see you in the next chats.